Sister wives. Kody Brown's redivided Coyote Pass reasons he might have given Meri and Janelle larger shares. Sister Wives star Kody Brown recently did something that seemed to be out of character. He redivided the Brown family's Coyote Pass land, and there are a couple of possible reasons why he did so. One potential explanation is selfless, while the other is self-serving. In the latest season, Kody's tangling with his exes over the fate of Coyote Pass. That lands a family battleground. What started out as a utopian dream, where the family would live on 4 plots of land, with each person in their own home, turned into a symbol of the plural family's dysfunction. Polygamy works for some families, but for the Browns, it was a frustrating and painful thing, although it produced wonderful children, as well as a forever bond between Kody and Robyn Brown. The other women didn't get the same love from the patriarch, and there were money issues too. Janelle Brown says Kody held the purse strings while she kept the books. This dynamic led to petty squabbles linked with a power imbalance. The non-Robyn wives felt like they couldn't make financial decisions. It was all on Kody, who was strongly influenced by Robyn. Initially, Starcasm_egg at Instagram reported that Kody paid $10 to give Meri Brown and Janelle more ownership of one of Coyote Pass' smaller plots. However, as seen above, the publication has issued a correction. Apparently, new details have come to light, and Kody actually gave those 2 exes more. Now, 4 Browns share ownership of the 2 larger lots, which have unique acreage. They are splitting the 2 same-sized smaller lots. Sister wives Cristin Brown, who gave her share back to the family, wasn't granted ownership with the new redivision. Kody hasn't explained why he made this big decision, but it's quite possible that he did it to avoid trouble down the line. This is pure speculation, but based on some facts that came to light, I believe that Kody's trying to avoid a court battle over the land, which is valued at around $880,000. That's a big chunk of change, and he said he owned 97% of it before paying $10 to redivide ownership of the lots. Basically, Kody was sitting on a property that might sell for more than its assessed value. In theory, he could have been sitting on $1 million property, while Janelle, who was miserable in a small rental apartment during Sister Wives Season 19, has been open about leaving the spiritual union with money problems. Janelle, who's launched her Tata Farms business, wants to rebuild her life after divorce, and the terrible grief that she's living with. Meri and Janelle don't trust Kody anymore, and they've talked about hiring lawyers to get their fair share of what they're owed. Now that Kody has granted them a higher level of ownership, they'll get a lot more money when the property is sold. This may strongly deter them from pursuing legal action. Kody may feel like he's going to stop major hassles and issues by doing this. He may not be wrong. Above, Kody and Robyn air their marriage problems in front of the whole world via the tense scenes shown in the video clip. Happy couples don't put their issues out there like this. They keep their problems to themselves, rather than letting the whole world know that they're living a turbulent life together. Kody and Robyn probably aren't past the point of no return, but they've hit rough water, and that means that Kody may be looking for ways to smooth things out. One method may be giving his exes, Meri and Janelle, greater ownership of the Coyote Pass property, just so he can eventually sell it and be done with the whole mess. Maybe Kody thinks that if he sues his exes by making it possible for them to earn real money from the sale, rather than dividing proceeds from a measly 3%, it can make things better. Robyn might approve of his decision and reward him with more love and respect. Happy couples don't lead strange lifestyles where they're always tangling with exes. That is not normal in any way. It's actually a sign of deep problems in a relationship. That's why Kody's gentlemanly act may be a solid decision. He's trying to make peace, even if it costs him money. Sister Wives Season 20 stars Kody and Robyn aren't as happy as they used to be. In the past, when they were together, Kody seemed so carefree. He was clearly at peace with his mate, and in it for the long haul. He adores Robyn and may fear losing her. Usually, his desire to please Robyn is the catalyst for his choices. Sometimes, he might have done terrible things in an attempt to keep her happy. However, it seems like the times are changing. Sister Wives Kody Brown has done something genuinely nice for his exes. They could use the money from a potential Coyote Pass sale to pump new blood into their businesses, or to enjoy great experiences with their loved ones, or to add some nice touches to their homes. It had been nearly 2 years since the family's dream of building a Brown family compound on Coyote Pass began to fizzle. Now, with Cristin gone, Janelle pulling away, and Meri walking her own lonely path, Kody Brown found himself standing alone on a parcel of land he once imagined would be his legacy. The crisp Arizona wind swept through the junipers, rustling the blueprints of a life no longer possible. But this time, Kody wasn't holding plans for a sprawling multi-house utopia. He was holding a surveyor's map. The land was being redivided. It's only fair, he told himself, smoothing a crease in the corner of the map, that I do right by the people who stuck it out, even if we didn't always see eye to eye. 1. A silent apology to Meri. Kody stared out toward the northeastern corner of the property, Meri's favorite spot. She used to talk about building a cozy log cabin up there, maybe opening a small retreat for women seeking solitude and spiritual clarity. He'd scoffed at the idea once, too caught up in the logistics of a shared home, too dismissive of her desires. I didn't listen to her, he muttered. Not when it mattered. Giving Meri a larger share of the land now might have been his way of apologizing without words. She never demanded it. In fact, she was shockingly quiet during the most recent family meeting. But her silence spoke volumes. She had loved him fiercely, even when it hurt. Maybe this redivision was his final olive branch, an acknowledgement of her loyalty and patience. 2. Janelle, the true steward of the land. If anyone had truly lived Coyote Pass, it was Janelle. She had pitched a camper, braved the elements, dealt with the freezing water tanks, and taken on the land like a pioneer. While others debated architectural plans and square footage, Janelle put boots to dirt. She wanted roots. She wanted freedom. She wanted her own space, earned, not gifted. Kody knew that. She's the only one who actually used the land, he told Robin in a recent argument, though his voice was tinged more with admiration than bitterness. Perhaps granting Janelle a larger portion wasn't just about fairness, it was about honoring her. Of all the wives, she had embraced Coyote Pass not as a hypothetical future, but as her present reality. That counted for something. 3. Strategy, not sentiment. Of course, Kody was also a man who, whether he admitted it or not, thought strategically. With the family structure fractured and tensions still simmering between the wives, particularly Robin and the others, he needed to find a way to keep things civil. By allocating more land to Meri and Janelle, he might be attempting to quell further resentment. It sent a message, I'm not playing favorites anymore. Giving Robin less, in contrast, may have been a calculated attempt to rebalance the power dynamic that had grown too obvious, even toxic. I don't want anyone saying I gave her more because she's still with me, Kody said in a video confessional, eyes steely but tired. This way, no one can argue favoritism. 4. Redemption through the dirt. Deep down, Kody might have been trying to redeem himself through this gesture. In the wake of a public unraveling and with his patriarchal credibility in tatters, he may have viewed the redivision as a second chance, maybe not to fix his marriages, but to at least fix how he would be remembered. Coyote Pass was supposed to be a symbol of family unity. It became a symbol of division. By giving larger pieces to the women who had been sidelined, intentionally or otherwise, Kody may have been trying to rewrite the ending. He couldn't repair the relationships, but maybe he could offer a piece of peace. 5. Legacy for the kids. Kody was nothing if not a father, flawed, sure, but earnest in his way. And Janelle's kids, in particular, had always dreamed of building their own homes on Coyote Pass. Gade wanted solar panels and a permaculture garden. Garrison had blueprints saved in his email for a 2-story cabin with a garage. Savannah imagined a tiny home with big windows. And Meri's Leon had long spoken of one day returning to the land with something that blended sustainability with healing. By allocating bigger portions to their mothers, Kody was, indirectly, gifting their children the freedom to pursue those dreams. Maybe he couldn't mend what was broken with his older kids, but he could hand them a future. 6. Robin's reluctant acceptance. When Kody finally presented the new land breakdown, Robin didn't say much. Her portion was modest, tucked close to the main road, away from the scenic hills and hidden meadows. Some might have expected her to protest, but she didn't.